What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Axe Creation. And on this lesson, we are going to look at 5 Pantera riffs that every guitar player should know. Now, I think it's impossible to sum up Dime in just 5 riffs. Alright, but I wanted to share with you some riffs that I feel encapsulate a lot of what he had to offer as a rhythm player and some of his characteristics and style as a rhythm player and what you find in his riffs. Now, I could have done this with a lot of other riffs, so I'm going to mention some honorable mentions of some other riffs that you guys can check out that you would probably assume I might talk about. We're not going to talk about Walk, right? What guitar lesson about Dime have you seen that didn't feature Walk? Go check it out. I figured everybody knows that one, is really familiar with it already. Mouthful War, Domination, A New Level. I can go on, but I'm not going to talk about those. Those are just some honorable mentions. Okay, the riffs I am going to talk about: Cowboys from Hell, Cemetery Gates, Regular People, 5 Minutes Alone, and Slaughtered. Right? All tremendous riffs and tremendous songs. And when I talk about these riffs, I hope you go and learn the songs as well, because it's not just riffs, it's kind of these songs as well. So like I said, it's impossible to sum up Dime in just 5 riffs. He was an amazing player, alright? And his rhythm and his leads has influenced basically and changed the entire world of metal. Alright, so let's get started, and I'll talk a little about these riffs, and I'll try to link in the description below about the times I start talking about or playing through these riffs if you don't want to listen to me babble on. Okay, so a quick note about tuning. I am in standard tuning for all of these riffs. I know Dime has used different tunings throughout the years, from standard to quarter tone flat to a step and a half step down to a step and a half down. I am playing all of these riffs in standard tuning regardless of the song, so just keep that in mind. And another thing too, Dime was a big proponent of playing things different ways. So if you see me playing a riff that you don't play it the same, or maybe Dime didn't play it the same, that's okay. Just roll with it and play it how you see fit. Alright? Because Dime himself used to talk about learning and playing the same thing different ways. Alright? So let's jump in. Cowboys from Hell. Awesome song, right? Everybody should learn Cowboys from Hell. And what I really like about this is it really features Dime's blues influence, right? It's almost like heavy metal Stevie Ray Vaughan, all right? The blues had a big influence on Dime's playing, and you can see it in these riffs where, I mean, we're in E minor, but that B flat or the blues note, it's there, right? And of course we have our nice E5, just crunch, 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 crunch. All right. So the opening and they're the same riff, is just an octave higher, right? I like to play it up here. I know some people play it up here. Again, play it how you see fit. So we were playing E and the minor third, so it's 12 and 10, and then a whole step above that, 12 and 10. And then you're gonna grab that blue note, 13th fret, the B flat, and then slide. Grab that D right there, and then he brings it down an octave here. Now I've seen Dime play it in kind of an open position form, but I always preferred playing it here. I don't know, I feel like I make that little slide part sound a little better than I do with the open strings, so that's the way I run with it. Cool? Alright, let's move on to Cemetery Gates. What do I want to talk about this song? I mean, this song is one of their best songs ever. Solo is amazing. But I guess the main riff I want to talk about is, I guess, Pentramonics. Dime used them all the time, right? Really make those notes scream. And I always used to play it down here in open position, right? Because I feel like I could get the harmonics to ring out and screech a little bit better. But I know he plays it up in 5th position up here, so I'm going to play it up here. Very cool riff. So you're bouncing off that A power chord. See, I don't know, I like those harmonics better than up here, but I know Dime played it up here. So for you guys, I'm going to play it up here. So you got the A5 position, and then you're going to play 7, 6, 7, 8. And then 7, 8 on the A, 9 on the D, 7, 8. And just harmonic everything. Seven, 6, 7, 8 again. 7, 6 on your A. 8, 7 on the low string. Alright, really fun riff, and it really makes you work on those artificial harmonics if you guys are having a hard time doing that. And a quick tip on producing those harmonics, I always found that if anybody's familiar with playing bass or classical guitar, there's such a thing as called a rest stroke, where I play and I rest my string, rest my finger on the string. I kind of like to do that when I make my harmonics. So when I pick down, I pick through the string, and then my pick stops on the next string. And so if you can do like that, you're just, right, if you guys can't do it right now, just keep doing this for like a week, and then you get it out, and then you'll never be able to not do it. So good luck with that. All right, Regular People, right? This is one of my personal favorite songs, which is probably why I wanted to talk about it. Really fun riff to play, so let me just go through it and then we'll explain it, right? Awesome riff, really fun to play, and Dime mixes in a lot of the major thirds, right? And I know a lot of guys, though, instead of playing power chords, they'll play the major third. Kind of gives you a new sound, and you mix it around, kind of makes it a little sloshy, new harmony. It's a lot of fun to play in. And here he's got a nice little single note line, and we got some pull off. So 8 and 7. And then you're hammering on 7, 8 on the low string, 7, 5, 6. There's that tension note, there's that blue note. So not only is he using that, but he's using the half step above it, half step above E. Then you have a whole step pull off, 7 to 5. 5, 6, 5. 1, 3. And then he reverses it. Instead of pulling off, it's hammering on. Nice little riff variation, and you feel it and it changes. Major third on 4 and 3, 4th fret. 4th. Then he's got power chords 7, 6, 3, 5, with some open between them. And then you just chug on the low string. Nice heavy mute, heavy purr, as they say, right? And then it's 3, 5, 6. Really great song. One of the underrated songs for me personally. It doesn't really, you don't hear people talk about that song or see it in lessons or even see it live too often, but I love it, and I'm sure you guys will too. All right? 5 Minutes Alone. I mean, if there is a song that encapsulates everything that Dime does, 5 Minutes Alone. I mean, from the sloshing power chords to the chromatic ideas, it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to point out a couple things, but let's just focus on the main riff of the song, because he does a cool variation of it at the end of the song, right? So we're bringing out that blues metal kind of flavor, right? love when he just chugging on the open 5, and then he drops it down, get that B flat, that tritone. It's angry, right? So we're sliding between G and A and B flat. Dead notes. Right, 6-3, nice reverse slide, which is a lot harder for the beginners and intermediate players out there. Right, great little riff, and then again, some of the chromatic movement. Right, and he makes a variation of that riff later on the lower string. Again, a lot of chromatic movement, and Dime loved like swish-wash power chords around and add in those chromatic lines without, and again, you're doing tritones, and it's not just, there's some movement going on to keep it a little interesting, all right? He also got some ugly bend riffs, which we don't really talk about in some of these riffs, but this song has it where he's got that, right? Really ugly bends, and it grooves, and what make Dime Dime. All right, so again, that main riff, sloshing and sliding some power chords around with that B flat, and you also have cool variation at the end of it. You work on some down picking, right? So he plays the same riff but with a lot of open notes. Really awesome outro to the song. Again, nice work on wrist variation. You can work on your right-handing stuff and sloshing those power chords around. Very cool. All right, last riff, last example. Slaughtered, again, an amazing song, super aggressive, right? Super angry song, and this has got tritones in it, and he's sloshing around power chords all over the place, and he's got some crazy note stuff which we're going to talk about. All right. So you have this where he's just chugging, this whole little mid-section of the song is basically what I want to talk about. But again, definitely learn the entire song. So he's got this, kind of sloshed that up at the end there, missed my spot, but again, awesome. It's angry, it's aggressive, it's just chomping down on that E5, right? And then and that note that he hits is the B flat, it's the tritone, right, creating that tension. And then he has one of the harder riffs to play. Maybe some of you guys, you play differently from me. It's hard to hear, but this is what I can kind of decipher, right? You're kind of playing off the F here. Right, off the F and then off the open E. So you got this melody, right? And then once you get to the 3 and the 4 here, you're going to start playing open E rather than the first fret F. Right? So you have 3. Really tough riff to play. You got an alternate pick and jump between the string skip. Really tough to play, really tough to keep clean because it's such a high tempo, right? And then coming out of that, he's got the slosh riffs, right? And this, mouth war, and he does this a lot where he's got 1, 7. All right, 1, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9, 5. That kind of motion, he does it all the time. Really awesome stuff, really awesome riff to play. Again, super aggressive, super fun to play. All right, cool guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Pantera has always been a part of my life, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So some of these riffs, let me know what you think. Let me know some of your favorite songs down in the comments below. If you want PDF or guitar profiles of all of these riffs, all right, you can find that in the link below as well. And yeah, as always, let me know what you come up with. And until then, I will see you next time. Thanks a lot.